everyone. Today we are going to learn subtopic 2.6, that is the internet address. Here are the learning outcomes. First, you can identify the structure of an IP address. Second, you can describe why IP version 6 is used instead of IP version 4. Finally, you can describe the purpose of an IP address and its relationship to a domain name. Now, let us have a look at the definition of an IP address. IP address is a sequence of numbers that uniquely identifies the location of each computer or device connected to the internet or any other network. IP addresses are also referred to as IP numbers and internet addresses. IP address sometimes is called as a dotted decimal number or dotted quad. Now, let us have a look at the IP address usage. First, it is a way to find specific server or computer on the internet or a network. Second, it provides identity to a computer in a network. Third, it is to identify for a particular device or machine on a particular network. Last but not least, of course, it allows transfers of files and emails. IP addresses are unique, global and standardized, essential. That means it's a must for every device connected to the network. There are two versions of IP address. The first one is IP version 4. It is the most widely used version of an IP address. Then we have IP version 6. It has more capabilities than IP version 4 because it can provide much more IP address than IP version 4. Now let us have a look at the advantages of IP version 6 over IP version 4. It has larger address space because IP version 6 is 128 bits long compared to IP version 4 with only 32 bits addresses. IP version 6 support for more security because it has encryption and authentication option that provides confidentiality and integrity of the packets. New options of IP version 6 that allow for additional functionalities. Now, let us have a look at the relationship between domain name and IP address. What is a domain name? It is the text version of an IP address. Domain names are easier to remember for people than numbers. Generally, the first portion of an IP address identifies the network. The last portion of the IP address identifies the specific computer. Now you can test yourself by click at the link below http://gg.gg/2-6 internet ad.